Gearbest has sent me another GTENG quad to review. This is exactly the same size, I think, as the one I reviewed for them before. This is the T905, this is the F version, which means it's got FPV on it, and this is actually 5.8 gigahertz, so it should be nice and clear over a nice long range. The name of it is a Teorisia. I think they just put this on just to make reviewers sweat, to be perfectly honest. I'm just going to call it a quad, and it looks rather nice, as the other one did. It's got 720p camera and all the different charging methods as well. They do a really nice box, really good package, GTENG do, and I'm getting to sort of like their brand quite a lot. Nice looking transmitter with a built-in screen, that looks rather slick as well, and nice and clear call outs as well. So that's the cardboard out of the way, and as before, it's moulded plastic, really well packaged these are. Instruction manual, which I'm sure is going to be as good as the other one, that was a very good one. And the quad and everything, like I say, is extremely well packed in, and all assembled as well, which I like about this brand. They are seriously well tucked in, so you have to sort of squeeze the plastic to get them out. But that means they don't get damaged or anything. So that's everything unpacked, and it's black, isn't it? Really black. And that what isn't black is very dark grey. Really stylish, slick looking little quad. The other one I've got in this exactly the same size and style is actually in two-coloured dark blue, and that looks really slick as well. So I do like the look of them. I like the way it comes fully assembled as well. All you got to do is pop on the prop guards if you want them, and I don't tend to bother with them. You do need the landing gear, I feel. There's not really anything. If you come in belly down to skid through, you could possibly take out the antenna for the 5.8, and that wouldn't be very good, so I think I will put the landing gear on. You just have to put some nose cones on, don't quite know why they, prop cones on, they just pop on. And talking about props, you get a complete spare set of props as well, and you actually get 8 of the cones, but you could swap them over without any problem. If you need to swap a prop, then you need the little Phillips screwdriver, and that assembles the prop guards, the landing gear, and also removes the propeller, and then you can put your other propeller on should you need to. Propellers again exactly the same as the other one I've got, so I've done more, there's the other review on the other one, so you can look at the two different ones, see which one you prefer, just with a camera or with full FPV. Now with GTENG, they tend to give you everything as well, which I really like about a company. You get a little 4 gigabytes micro SD card that goes in so that you can record onto the actual quad itself, so you have nice 720p quality video, and my other one has no jello, so no wobble on the video, which is really good. On to the batteries. Now, I use the word batteries there, and this is something I'm really chuffed about. You get the same battery as I've got in my other one. It's a 2-cell, and it's 350 milliamp hour, and you get a little USB charger that you can charge in the car, or your laptop or computer, or a mains adapter, and that charges in about an hour, hour and a half. So that's exactly the same as my other one, but I said batteries because my bigger quads do this, and now we've got manufacturers like GTENG who are now bringing out proper lipos actually for the transmitters. Now I think these are brilliant because they last a heck of a lot longer. If you put AA batteries in here, you can wind up putting 8 in one of the other quads I've got, and it eats the battery through because of the screen and using the 5.8 gigahertz. So having a lipo, really brilliant, and it's a simple connector, normal connector. Is that a joystick? I'm not too sure what that one is. Anyway, but I've got loads of batteries with those on, so I can just swap them over. And again, you get a USB charger with it as well, so that's absolutely brilliant, and that just simply pops in the back there. Okay, batteries on charge. Batteries, I like that bit, and just going to go through the manual, but to be honest, it's exactly the same as the other one. Superbly done, nice crisp black text on nice crisp white paper. You can't ask for better than that really, and the translations are absolutely superb on these, and it just follows through. I'm making a right dog's dinner of this, but honestly it just follows through. You just simply go straight through and then over to the other side, and it is just really well done. If you're new to flying, this will help you through. If you're experienced at flying, then you can just pick out the key bits, but no, superb manuals. Okay, so going to turn the quad on. You get very fast pulsing lights and it goes down to a slow pulse. Then turn on the transmitter, and then to bind, oh actually I'll show you, if you turn the screen on now, the screen will work and it tells you how much battery power is left within the screen. There's no information coming back from the quad on how much battery you've got there, but when you get to low battery, the lights will flash, so you know to bring it into land. And actually, if you carry on flying this, it's quite nice, it will come in and land. The only thing is it might not be anywhere near your location, but it will land rather than just drop out of the sky, so I quite like that. It's still pulsing because we're not bound to it, so by going up and down on the throttle, and this is in mode 2, this is its default mode. You can change it to mode 1, which puts the throttle on the right, but I fly mode 2, I think most people do. So throttle's on the right, pitch forward and back, so it's forward and backwards, roll right and left, and then yaw right and left as well. So that's the normal setup for mode 2 flight. These ones here are trim buttons, and you can alter the actual trim if it starts to drift or anything. I've not had a problem. This is my third one from GTENG, and I've not had a single problem with any of them. They've been really good. The screen you can lighten and darken, and it could just do with a bit of contrast. Actually, indoors it looks absolutely fine. Outside I thought it could have done with a bit of contrast, and obviously there's no sunshade, which would always help. This here is the actual how much video is left to record onto the card. I've used the card quite a bit and playing around with it, so there's only 7 minutes left. To start the video, we simply press that one, it goes to 0 and then it starts counting up, and then to stop you press the same button again. If you want to take a still photograph, you press that, and then it's already taken a still, and if I just turn that to there, you can see that's how many still photographs you've got left. But to be honest, you're just as well shooting video and then taking a still off your video if you're capable of doing that. And like I say, this is quite fast. This FPV works really well. There's no lag, sorry, is what I meant. Okay, so basic controls. If you want it to flip, you simply, first of all, we're going to calibrate it. So bring these down and across, and that calibrates it. You get flashing pulsing lights, slow pulse, and then it's ready to go. You can arm this in 2 ways. You can either go down and out, or you can go down and in, and that works both ways. It doesn't matter what way you start or what way you finish, it works every time, and I think it's quite a good system actually. To flip, you simply press this button in, so you put the joystick in, you get beep beep beep, and it will keep beeping until you choose a direction of what you want it to flip, right, left, forward or back. I don't think the GTENGs flip particularly well. They seem to drift around all over the place, and it's not one of my things anyway, but I always try them out just in case people want to know what it's like. GTENGs always start off in medium rates, so when you press this down, this changes the rate, and that will take it up into high rate, so you get beep beep beep, it's in high rate, press it again, and it's cyclical, so it goes straight back around to very low rates, and these are low and smooth, great for video. And then press that again, it will go into intermediate rates, and so on. The only other thing is there's it's sort of like a gaming controller, this, with a screen as well, as you can clearly see. But you've actually got buttons on the back here, and these are they fall to your fingers really well. You have to prime it, so you have to have the motors running. I'm not going to do that in here because I really will get told off. But basically, if it's running and you press that one, it will automatically take off. It goes up about a metre and a half, I suppose, and then it will just sit there because of the altitude hold. And then if you want it to auto land, you simply press this and it will come down and land, and it will kill the motors after it's landed, after it's sat down for about 3 seconds. This one here is return to home, so we press that and you get flashing LEDs and you get that constant beep 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 all the time. You can cancel that 2 ways. You can either press that button again, or you can just simply use the direction one here and that will cancel it, and the LEDs stop as well. So, and it'll only come roughly back to where you were. It's not it's never going to be that accurate. It's also got headless mode, which simply press this one here and then you get a long beep, and as you can see you get a delay and a long beep again, and that's obviously, that will stay until you press this and take it out of headless mode. Simply arm, and we're away.
To launch, auto launch, you press this one here, and these are quite comfortable on the back here. There we go. And we've got altitude hold, and it is pretty good on the GTENGs. Oh, that's a nice little flyer. Oh yeah, that's lovely. Gorgeous flyer. Just lovely soft controls as well. It's just really nice. So it can flip. Let's run through a few bits and pieces. So you simply press that down. Whoa! I never think the GTENGs flip particularly well. As you can see, it just sort of struggles around all over the place. I wouldn't touch anything else, as you can see there. Just leave the altitude hold. Just do it a little bit higher so you can see it a bit better. But it's just not good. So it just sort of drifts off in a direction that suits itself, sort of thing. So, there we go. That's a nice squad. Lovely and smooth. Altitude hold's good on this. Screen's pretty good. That seems to be working quite well. I think a shade on it would be good, but it'd be a bit of a job to fit. But perhaps we'll give it a go. Right, to change the rates, it always starts in intermediate on GTENG. So press that and you get a deep, deep, deep. So it's now in high rates. As you can see, it certainly gets a move on. Oh, that's lovely. Gorgeous. And then low rates, press this one again, and it's really slow then. Look at that. Nice and slow. So you want to do nice smooth video, that would be the way to do it. And that camera's working really well actually. Very nice. Let me just bring that around. That's good. And we got return to home. Is this one on the back here? I don't know which camera will pick that up. Press that and off it goes. And you can either cancel that with this one, or you can just press the button again. You've got headless mode, which is this button here. So as you can see, we've now got flashing LEDs. And you can see it's definitely headless. Let's just put the rates up a bit. There we go, it's definitely headless. And to flick it back off, just press that one again, and then the LEDs stop flashing, we're back onto normal. That's good. That's nice, all works really well. Let's take it up. It's not got a lot of... I found this with the other one, it's not particularly aggressive fly, never aggressive actually by any chance. A little bit of drift up there, but that will be the wind. Definitely the wind. And the nice thing about this one, though it's got altitude hold, when you pull the throttle right down, it doesn't just drop out of the sky, it does come down sort of controlled. Some altitude hold then just sort of kill it, so that's not good. Or other ones just don't do anything at all. You know, they're really slow down sort of thing. So a quick range test. I don't know how much battery I've got left. Oh, we're just over 4 minutes. The FPV will certainly eat a lot more. Wow, that's a good 60. No, it's starting to get drop out on the... I was getting a little bit of interference there. Or, no, more drop out than interference, I would say. There's nothing in between here and there. Well, it's about 70 meters. That's not doing so well. Yeah, no, that's... Yeah, it's starting to go. There we go. God, even at full pitch, it's still not dropping much height. That is pretty impressive on the altitude hold, because a lot of these ones do. We're getting flashing LED. Now you see, we're only just on 5 minutes of flight, and that will be because of the having the FPV screen on. So I'm going to stop the video there. I will take a quick still photograph, but I don't think it won't be any different to taking one off the video. There we go. So you get a quick beep. And then we've got an auto land facility, and actually the battery goes flat, it will land automatically anyway, so it doesn't just drop out of the sky, these. There we go. Oh, well, there we go, did it itself.
So, what do we think of it? Well, quite impressed with it. There's a few negatives, slight negatives with it. One, the screen, though it works pretty well, it could do with some contrast, and I think trying to add a shield to it could be quite difficult unless there's one that you can buy. I would imagine it's going to be a little bit awkward to build, but you could do. The actual, when it was working in range, it was really clear, nice, but like I say, could just do with a bit of contrast. You can lighten and darken it, but that doesn't really add contrast, so that didn't really help a terrific amount, I must admit. I like the way the buttons are actually clearly marked, and you get the count up and everything, and also the power that you've got on the transmitter. Not you can't tell what power you've got in the quad, but when the quad starts to run low, the LEDs flash for you to come in and land, so that's rather good. The actual functions of the quad are brilliant, and the function of the transmitter are nice, and it feels nice in the hand. It's sort of got a gaming feel here, and then these four buttons here on the back are great. They're just where you want them. I mean, it's just, as you can see, sits really nicely in the hand. The actual quad itself, virtually, well, it is exactly the same as the other one that I've reviewed, but that comes with built-in prop guards. And actually, when I was looking at the boxes, I realised why one box was a heck of a lot smaller than the other one. This is a smaller box, obviously, and the prop guards are exactly the same quad and everything. So if you want another slight different view, but from the same reviewer, if you like, have a look at the other review I did, and that might give you some other guidance that I've sort of missed out in this. Flight time was slightly down on the other one, averaged about 6 minutes, so whether that's because of the FPV, I don't know. That could well be drawing something from it. And the range of the FPV was about 70, I paced it out, and it was about 75 metres. Then we start to get this to break up then, but the actual flying range went further than that. I went out into the field and came back in, so that was way over 80 metres. So that was working pretty well. And to me, that range is fine. I'm really not that too bothered about it. The fact you can tilt the camera up and down, and they're just really nice quads. The way they're built and everything is just really nice. I do like them, and they fly really well. So, yep, I'm pleased with it. I like it, and looking forward to more from this company.